everyone, this is Sunniva.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are continuing down the road of our top 50 games of all time.
Yeah.
Because that's something that we want to do because it's cool.
Yeah, we can't stop now, can we?
It would be really strange to do like 2 videos and just stop there. Like, you will never know our top 30 games. But they will.
Yeah.
They will know our top 30 games because we like games.
Yeah, or you can stop watching right now.
You can actually do that and you will never know. Or you just can go to the end of the video and see the list. But it would be nice for us if you actually heard us talk about them and say why we like these games.
Yeah.
So, 20 more games today or something like that. We don't know each other's list, so we don't know if there's going to be any crossover. But I'm excited to hear your list. We're starting to get like, after we're halfway done with this video, we are at the top half of the games that we think are the most best games. The most best games ever. So all of these games like this serve fun dances and fun cannons and everything like that.
Much
so,
fun.
All the fun in one place, or in 2 places, or on the board, on the table, on the board game.
Everywhere.
Table.
We have games everywhere.
We have. So yeah, should we get going or should we just do like banter for like 10 minutes?
Oh, I just want to mention that I think our lists are going to be quite similar. Like
from now?
Yeah.
You think?
Because we like a lot of the same games, but I think the order will be different. Yeah.
Yes. I am excited to see what you think are the best games. So, let's get to it. You want to start with your number 30?
My number 30 is Nippon.
Nippon.
And it's a really good game from What's Your Game. And you can explain it,
I can explain it so you don't remember, like, or you just don't want to explain it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some words. English. Yeah.
Some words English. This is basically kind of a reverse worker placement game where there's different actions and the main thing you want to do in this game is get a real majority by delivering different resources. You have to first build a factory and produce those resources, and then you will deliver them to different part of Japan, and you will try to get points in different ways. A lot of the points come from the real majority, and there's other ways to get points as well. It's, as I said, a reverse worker placement game. It's a worker removement game, which I want to call it, which I like to call it. You pull all these workers out of a bag. They're different colors. You place them on the different actions, and on your turn, you just take one of them, put it on your player board, and you do one of 2 actions. I think on most spaces there are 2 different actions you can choose from, and you do that action. And then after a while, you go around, you don't want to do any more actions. Then you have to reset your board, and basically what you want to do is you have to try to use the least amount of different colored workers, because the more colors you have, the more you have to pay. So you lose all your money and all your coal, which you use to burning your factories, every time you reset, and you get just a fixed amount, which you can push upwards during the game. And you have to pay a lot of those money out again to pay the workers, and if you just take a lot of colors, you're not going to have any money, and you're going to have to reset again really, really fast. So, this is a great game, so what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's cool when you make your own scoring for yourself, because
because I didn't say that. Like, every time you reset, you take one of these scoring multipliers and you place it on one of the scorings on your board, so you basically make your own endgame scoring.
Yeah, and I think that's really neat, because then you don't get punished, I think, for doing a different strategy from the others. You can make that, give yourself points, and the others can with different strategies. So, yeah, good game.
Absolutely. I love this game. It's a really, really great game. That's Nippon. So, my number 30, I actually remembered it. I was going to look in my book, but I remembered it. That is Grand Austria Hotel. This is a really, really good game. Did you have it on your list?
No, not yet.
Not yet. So spoiler alert. That was another list we made with this game. My brain is like, well, didn't we speak about this game already? Somewhere else we spoke about this game. It's a great little game where you run this strange hotel where there's a cafe at the end of your hotel, and people come into your cafe and they want to get stuff to eat and drink, and if you get them stuff to eat and drink, they will then sleep in your hotel because they are so happy with the way you gave them food, so they will sleep there.
Yeah.
And strudel, yes. Strudel. One of my favorite words in Polish. It's like the best word ever. I haven't eaten it, and we were in Poland like a couple of weeks ago, so kind of sad we didn't have strudel, but we just didn't.
No. I think it's not our thing, actually. We googled it, and yeah.
I don't think we would like it.
We like it best in the game.
And we are strange people. So, yeah, strudel is most favorite thing in the game, not my favorite thing in the world. But this game is amazing. Some people hate it with 4 players, and I will agree that the downtime is kind of harsh in 4 players, especially if people don't know what they're doing with new players and stuff like that. I have played it a couple of times with 4. I think it's best at 2 players, maybe 3. The thing that's really great about this game is that it's so quick. It's a medium game that we can play like in the same kind of time like Castle of Burgundy, like an hour and 10 minutes and we're done. And there's depth here that I still enjoy after playing the game like 12, 15 times.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a game we keep coming back to because it's so easy to get to the table when it's us two at least. Yeah.
And we know the rules so well that we don't have to, we can just set up and play.
Yeah.
And that's not so many games we can do that with.
Yeah, so that's really nice. A really great game.
A really great game. That's Grand Austria Hotel, my number 30. Let's go to your number 29.
My number 29 is Madeira.
Madeira,
Or what do you call it? Yeah.
Madeira. I think it's Madeira.
You think so?
Madeira, Madeira. It's what's your game?
Yeah.
So this is your what's your game list. The last one was the Stegmar games, and now it's
yeah, because the last one in the last video was Ignori, so
they're just stacking
the
on
three
top of
of
each
them,
other.
Yeah, together. Could you explain that one too?
I
Thank
can
you.
explain it. If I remember, like, you just putting me on the spot here. Madeira is kind of like a heavy Euro game where you will get, in the beginning of each round, you will kind of draft different scoring tiles and you will draft different dice. And then you will put those dice out on different actions. Depending on the number of the dice, you might have to pay some bread to be able to use it if it's a lower number than the highest area. You have to place it out and do different actions that way. Then after everybody has placed their dice, you will go around in all the cities where you have used a die, and you can use kind of one of those special abilities for that city if you have enough workers in that area. And there's also these pirate dice which you can use, and if you don't want to use the place where you put your dice, then you might get pirates, and if you have pirates at the end of the game, you will not win because they will give you a lot of negative points, and there's so much stuff happening in this game. But it's really, really good. So, why do you like it?
Yeah, I like it because, it's a really, really stable and solid What's Your Game, and they're making really good games.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's super heavy, I think, but I don't feel like I'm getting the hang of it just yet.
No.
I feel like I'm always missing those wood pieces and always missing that bread, or when I have bread, I don't have any points, so, yeah, the balance there are really something I need to work on. So, but that's a cool thing too. You can't be good at the game at once. You have to play it multiple times, and then it makes you go back to the game to see if you can do it any better this time.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic game as well, and one I really, really like. What's Your Game? They're just like one of my favorite publishers. They make such great like crunchy, heavy Euros with love it. Yeah. And it's coming back to Kickstarter sometime. Hopefully, there's been some problems with like Portuguese companies cannot make Kickstarter campaigns, or it would have been like a new second edition of that and a game called Sang Shui or Sang was. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. The game that starts with a C.
Yeah, that could be a lot of games though.
Yeah, but it's from What's Your Game, so there can't be that many games.
That's cool.
That's your number.
29?
29, that's correct. So my number 29 is Tzolk'in, the Mayan Calendar. This is one of the games, when I played it the first time, I really hated it. Like, I thought it was so boring. But that was probably because that was at the beginning of me playing games. I probably just thought it was really heavy and couldn't understand anything what was going on. You didn't play it then. I played it with some people the first time I went to the Swedish con, GotCon, and all the players are like, yeah, we have all this corn. What do we do now? We have corn.
But the wheel mechanism can be really tricky when you don't have any idea what you're doing.
So this is a really, in the core mechanic, is really simple.
Yeah.
On your turn, you can either place workers or you can remove workers and activate them. But what makes this game interesting, if you haven't seen it, is that everything revolves around this one Mayan calendar wheel in the middle of the board. And after each turn, you will move that one so everything shifts. And the longer you wait to return your workers, the better the action gets. So basically, you have to kind of try to balance of putting out the workers and not being in a position where you have to take a worker when you don't want to take a worker and stuff like that. It's really nice. This is one of the games that I don't understand how to be good at. Like
Yeah.
this is like it's yeah. It's a game that I play and I like to play it because I want to understand it. I want to kind of master it, not be like the master, but I want to understand how to be good at this game, which I don't. I don't get it. Like this time I'm gonna try this. I don't get any points. This time I'm gonna try this. But it's fun. It's a
Yeah.
fun exercise in trying to understand strategy that I don't understand. So that's why I like Sulking.
Yeah, I think it's a really good game as well. I like that they're using like this time mechanism
Yeah.
in the game that you have to plan ahead and to get what you really want, you have to wait for it. And yeah, I think it's really hard to get this because when I'm trying one thing, I'm just like, oh, I don't get any food with this strategy. I need that. So a really really great game.
It is absolutely. That's my number 29. Sulking the Mayan Calendar. So you're 28.
My number 28 is Clans of Caledonia.
Clans of Caledonia.
Yeah, and this is a game.
It is. It's a game.
Yeah.
Do you want me to explain it?
Yeah, thank you.
That's what I got from your. This is a
This
game.
is a game.
So basically, this is kind of a Terra Mystica-esque game where you have these clans with different special abilities, and you're just gonna do like you have all these actions. You're trying to get your buildings out there, your sheep, your food, your crops, your bakeries, all these stuff, so you can get resources, upgrade them to more resources, and then basically one of the main parts of the game is to complete contracts to give you points. So yeah, it's one of those action selection games. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna build this, your turn, build this. It's a really fast game. This is kind of like it's lighter than Terra Mystica. It's easier to play than Terra Mystica, which is one of the reasons I like it so much. So
yeah, I feel that way too, but I still feel like I'm just like, okay, I really wanna get this cheese factory up and going, but I also wanna like slaughter my cows, so. So then I can't get milk because I need those cows in the contract. So the balancing thing between like stable income and using your resources to get like actual money, I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, and I think I'm really good at this game.
Yeah, you are.
I think I
Absolutely.
played a game over 10 times and I always won.
Yeah, maybe.
Did you win once?
I don't remember that stuff.
I don't know, but I do
You
actually.
can check on your
That's
phone.
probably one of the reasons I like it so much. This is one of the games that just my brain just gets, and of course that's more fun than a game.
Yeah,
Even though I just talked about
absolutely.
Sulking, which I don't get at all, but this game is just one of the games that my brain understand how to work with, and I think it's fun every time. Like we played it, I played with another friend like 3 times in 3 days, and started to see like, okay, I played like 15 times in a really short amount of time. Maybe I'm gonna play something else, but no. But it's been a while now, a couple of months, and I would gladly play Clans of Caledonia again.
Yeah, so that's my number 28.
My number 28 is Tricarion.
Yeah, cool.
This is a big, heavy, brain-burning, melting my brain game about my job.
Yeah, you can say that again.
It's about. Say it again?
No.
I don't have to? Okay. You
I
did-
second that.
Okay, so you did hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So, this is a game about magicians, or basically illusionists, who try to, in this strange world where they actually do these classical illusions, but it's also real magic in this world. So they're trying to get this Tricarion gem from the master illusionist. And to do that, they have to do really hard worker placement stuff. Because
Yeah,
magicians like to do that, and you have to manage when you go to have a show and try to go into some other people's show and be like an opening act, and you have to you're planning for like 1.5 hours, but I'm gonna buy this trick, and then somebody else buys it, and you'll be like, okay, I can't do that trick now, my plane is just nothing now, and I have to do something completely different.
That's your day of work, isn't it? Your schedule is that tight.
No, it's basically not. Like, when I do a magic show, it's not like, okay, there's only going to be one magician who can do the rope trick. It's not like that. No. Everybody can do the rope trick, because there's so many rope tricks, but that's magic. Magic! This game is really, really good, and one of the games I really want to play more, but it's so much stuff, and I replayed so seldom that I would have to read the whole rulebook again, and that's kind of work. So that's one of the reasons we don't play those heavy older games that I don't remember anything about. But that's Tricarion, a game I really enjoy and a game I really would like to play more.
Yeah, I would love to play it again. I've only played it once, and I remember my brain just melting into tiny little pieces, but it'll be fun to do it again. Yeah.
We're just 4 people sitting
Don't
like
talk to
this
me, I'm
for
thinking.
2 hours, but it's a good game. It's my number 28, right?
Yeah.
Tricarion, so you're number 27.
My number 27 is Concordia.
Concordia!
Yeah, and this is the card thing playing. You're playing cards.
You are, yeah. This is the card playing. This is the sign language for playing cards.
I don't remember the words for the mechanic.
It's what? It's you play cards.
Yeah, you play cards.
It's not a mechanic. You just play a card and you do what's on the card. It's the play a card, do what it says mechanic.
Yeah, and you're
and
basically...
you should say that on Board Game Geek. Just play card, do what it says.
Yay. You're basically colonists moving around on this map, and you're trying to build your cities in different cities. What do you call it? Buildings in different cities with different resources in different regions, and you're trying to do that in the best way so you can build more cities, buy some cards that give you points, and based on that, which cards you like buy, you get different points for stuff. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, but it's basically how the game works, so you couldn't really go wrong. You play a card and you do what's on the card, and then you have to buy more cards so that you can play and do stuff, but it also, the cards you buy, which scores you the points. Yeah. So depending on your strategy, you want to get different cards, but then you might want to get a card because it's a good card, even though it's not going to get you that many points, but maybe you're then going to try to get some points on it, and so on and so forth. It's a quick game, usually, just like playing a card, do what it says. This is one of the games that I like to plan, like, many moves ahead. Usually I can plan like 5, 6, 7, 8 turns ahead because it's easy to just sit with your cards and be like, okay, I'm going to play this and then this and then this and then this. It's easy to plan in this game for me. It's a good game.
Yeah, it's a really good game, and you're really good at this too. And I'm not that good at this, I think, but I think it's really fun. Anyways.
Great, so that's...
Concordia?
That's Concordia. My number 27 is going to go pretty quick. It's Nippon.
Yeah.
So it's really close to yours, but a little bit higher.
I totally forgot the game. Could you explain it one more
time? No,
time?
I don't want to explain it again. So that's my number 27, Nippon.
Yeah. My number 26 is a game that's called Small City.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
It is.
And we got it this spring, so it's quite new to us. And first time we played it, it was quite late at night. And
it was in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and I was like finished with gaming like 2 games ago, so I was not ready for this, this
heavy
devil of a game.
Brain-burning Alban VR city-building game.
Yeah, and it's so many tiny rules that you have to get into before you can play it, and it's actually not that hard. It's just many details to think about, and then you get in and just like, oh, I don't know what to do. This is impossible, but... Then you try to not get too many minus points, I think. Do you get points in this game?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Of course.
But it's
what would the point of life be if you're not getting points?
It's a city building game where you try to build the best city.
You
there
do.
You go.
And you also try to... It's like, if you played any Alban VR games, you know this game is all about adjacency. Like, you can't have this building adjacent to this building, you can't have this, and then you can upgrade this if it's adjacent to this, and stuff like that. And you try to build the biggest city to get the most votes. You get points by having people in houses, and they will vote on you to be the mayor, and you're just gonna send people, tourists to other people's places, so you block their action spaces and give you stuff, but then they're gonna send to your places, and it's an amazing, fantastic game that I like.
Yeah,
Small
and
city.
I also like the bidding mechanism in the start when you you get the special
card.
Yeah, for this round, and the one that starts like trying to make the others pay for the special
basically there's
that they
a
want to.
rondel of cards.
Yeah.
And you go one place, and then the next player has to choose to go to the card to the right or the left, or they can pay to go wherever they want. So that's it. It's an cool mechanism.
Yeah, and money is tight, so you don't want to spend them there.
That's true. So that's Small City, your number 26.
6? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
My number 26 is Rising Sun from Eric Lang. This is a really interesting, different game with miniatures, big, huge miniatures that you move around the board and you try to take over Japan and be cool and win fights and have money to bid on stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. Just you can check out our review of the game, Rising Sun. You can check out the review of that. It's a really cool game that I enjoy. We played it quite a few times before we reviewed it. We haven't played it since because we don't usually have time to play games again when there's new games coming in. But it's a game I really enjoyed. For me, it's better than Blood Rage. It's more strategic, a little bit less luck. There's almost no luck in the game. It has some blind bidding. It has some drafting. But openly drafting, not drafting in the hands. It's a really interesting game.
Yeah, I like it too. The conflict games aren't my favorites, but I think I can live with this. It depends on which clans I'm playing with. Myself, I think, who I'm playing against. But I really like the miniatures in this game. They are unbelievably cool. Compared to Blood Rage, I really like the drafting in Blood Rage. So I don't know what I think about it not being that same draft in here, but it's a different game, so I think it's nice that it's not the same. That would be
really
boring.
Rising Blood.
Rising Blood, yeah. Well, that's really weird, but I think it has a lot of cool mechanisms, and I really like the bidding for the combat as well.
Cool. That's Rising Sun. I almost said that's Blood Rage, but it's not. That's Rising Sun, my number 26.
Yeah. My number 25 is Riverboat. This is a game we got at Essen last year, and it's one of my favorites from there, I think. It's so simple in its way of playing, and it's
light medium game.
Yeah, and it's fast to play, but it still has interesting choices. Could you explain?
It's a really simple game to teach because there's these phases that you play through, and each phase basically have one action. Everybody's gonna do that action, then you go to the next phase and do that action, and so on. This big game is called Riverboat, but it's a farming game. Go figure. You are farming stuff, and then you're gonna buy some riverboats to send the crops onto those boats. Basically, I think it's what the theme is. You have this farm. It's a kind of a puzzle game where you try to puzzle the pieces to be adjacent and to fill up different areas of the board. And then you're gonna activate with your workers to take off the workers to send the crops out to get boats, which you want to get points from, and different special abilities. You also have a harbor master, which you want to move up the track because he will get you points depending on how far you go. And yeah, this is a game that is interesting, and it's easy to teach. I think this is gonna be a good next step game.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
There's not too much going on, and all the actions are really simple to follow.
Yeah, and I like that in the start of the game you're deciding which action you're gonna be first to take. So you have to okay, what's the most important for me to get first pick on this turn, and you also get a little bonus.
Yeah, you're drafting the round tiles, the different action tiles.
Yeah, and also one of the phases are you pick what you're going to get points for, but you also have to have a dude on that points, what you call it, to score him. So really interesting mechanics as well.
Absolutely, it's a really great game. That is your number 25?
Yeah, I don't remember anymore.
Okay, you don't know what we're doing. No. This is the top 50. 25 is...
I'm losing track.
You're losing track. My number 25 is The Gallerist. Another Vital Asserta game. This is a game I don't know how to be good at. You don't understand the game at all.
No.
It's a game about being a gallerist. You have an art gallery. You wanna find expose new artists, buy their art, sell it when they're getting famous, and basically it's a really complex game which has some really easy mechanisms. Like with Vital Asserta, it's really good at. It's a worker placement game with one worker, and there's only 4 places to place that worker. And each of these places has 2 different actions which you can choose from. So there's basically 8 actions in the game, 4 places to place your workers, and that's it.
Yeah, it sounds really simple when you say it like that, but then my mind start thinking about this game, and I'm just there is some tickets in the game, and you boost your artist and you get I think you get it's a really hard game.
The thing
I
that's
don't
really,
get it.
The thing that's hard about this game is to get everything to work together. Like all the actions are kind of simple, easy to understand after a while. But the thing that's really interesting is to get those interlocking mechanics to work together, which is one of the things I really like in games. So that's why the gallerist is my number 25.
Yeah, nice. My number 24 is Galaxy Trucker.
Yeah, I'm not surprised this is this high on your list because you like this game.
I haven't looked at the top of this list in a while now, so I'm just like, oh, it's here. Okay, cool. But this is a really this is like a guilty pleasure game for me, I think, because I really don't usually like this much luck in a game anymore. But it's a game where you're trying to build a spaceship with like parts of the sewer, I think.
Junk.
Yeah, junk. And the first part of the game is like a building phase, so in real time you're grabbing pieces from one by one to build your spaceship. And you also can look at some of the cards that are some of the scenarios that are gonna play out in the space when you're racing afterwards. And then when you finish building your ship, you're going out in the space and start getting robbed by pirates and trying to find resources and planets and getting blown up by, what do you call it, meteors? Yeah. So it's a game where you have to like be really good at it, like me, or you get blown up. That's the way it is, and you will try to make some money, but in some of the expansions you have to take a loan if you don't have any money, so that could be really harsh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't play it here as often anymore because they think it's
so many
boring
games
to play with me, I think.
No, I like the game, but it's so many games.
Yeah,
like,
it is so many games.
It's not one of the games I would choose off the shelf, but it's one of the games I had so much fun in when we got it. We played it so many times, we loved it. It's a great game.
Yeah, and I think it's really, like, it makes, it's actually really funny when you're just like, oh, that one here roll of the dice and my whole ship, like, blows up, and it's really, really good.
Absolutely, it's a fun game, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a strategic game, like a heavy strategic game, it's more like a fun experience, but you can still, like, there's stuff you can do to try to win. But it's still just a fun experience to play this game whenever I do it. I haven't played it in quite some years, but it's still a fun game. Galaxy Trucker. That's your number 24?
Yeah.
My number 24 is Great Western Trail. This is an amazing game. This is a great game. I haven't played it in a while, but there's an expansion coming, so maybe we'll get that. I know... Like, I'm always saying, we don't do expansions, and then every time it's a new expansion, I'm going to say, like, oh, maybe I will get that expansion. So probably I won't get the expansion, but maybe, because this is one of the fun games, that would be nice to have a reason to get back to the table.
Yeah, that's true. This was my number 35, by the way. So, I really like this game, too.
Absolutely. So, we spoke more about it in the last episode, but it is... a game where you walk along a path to do actions on different buildings, you build new buildings on the path, which you had to go onto. You will get to be able to do actions on your own building. You're trying to draw cards to get the best hand of cows, and you're trying to deliver them to the best spaces possible to get the most points. It's a fun game. That's my number 24, Great Western Trail.
Right.
I almost said Grand Western Trail, so it's a grand...
Almost. My number 23 is the Oracle of Delphi.
The Oracle of Delphi,
It's a pretty new Steppenfeld game. Well, I think it was released a few years ago.
It was.
And
it was released in Essen 2016.
Yeah, and I haven't played it that much, but I really... Every time I think of it, I'm just, oh, that's a really cool game. And it's a quite different one from the ones he has before. You're racing to fulfill these tasks for Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they can be, I think it's the same task for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're trying to find the best possible, like, path and combination to get the fastest. But there's some luck of the dice rolling.
Yes.
You can mitigate it, but it's dice in the game, so it's a little bit lucky as well.
But like, this is, again, a lot of people has been saying there's a lot of luck, but I don't think there's so much a problem with it. Like, there's a little bit more luck than in the Castle of Burgundy, but not a lot more. So I also enjoy this game.
Yeah, because I think this game is not about what you get in your dice type of thing. It's what you do with the things
Yeah,
you
it's a
get.
tactical game.
So if you like, oh, I really want to go here, but I can't that because I have different dice, then do something else. Try to make the best out of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's Oracle of Delphi, your number 23. My number 23 is 1846, The Race for the Midwest. This is the only 18xx I have played so far. Sadly, I would love to play more, but this is a great intro level 18xx game. It's quite easy to understand the rules if you haven't played, like if you have played like heavy Euro games, it's an easy game to understand. It's easy to get into. It's a long game, like for 3 to 5 hours depending on the number of players. This is a stock manipulation game where you run companies, you lay track, you're all on the table, on the board, not on the table, on the ground, on the floor, on the ceiling, on the board, and you try to do it the most best way. Get new trains because the old ones rust, and you want to get new trains so you can run trains to get points and get money. Money basically is points. You want to get money for yourself and for the company to buy more track and more trains and so on. It's a very, very, very fun game. We have played it like 6-7 times or so far, and I'm starting to feel like I want to explore more 18xx games before I play this again. But it's a great game which I enjoy, and that's why it's my number 23.
Yeah, I've only played it once, so I'm not so experienced with the game itself, but I would really like to play it again. It made a really good first impression, at least. Yeah.
That's cool. So that's 1846, my number 23.
Yeah. My number 22 is Trois.
Trois.
Is that how you pronounce it?
It is,
Trois.
yes. That was my number 31.
31. Yeah. This is a really neat game. It's we've talked about this before.
In the last video, so you can go
Yeah.
check out the end of that video if you want to know more about it. But it's a dice placement game where you use different dice in different colors to do different actions to get points.
Yeah, and this is a game that's really easy to get to the table too, I think, with
Yes.
the two of us, because it goes to, yeah.
It's a quick,
Really
fast,
fast.
light medium game.
Yeah, and it's also depth through this one, so you feel like you're getting the most out of the time you put into it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's your number 22.
Yeah.
My number 22 is Clans of Caledonia.
Yeah.
We already spoke about that game. It's a great game. It's a bit higher on my list. That's number 22, Clans of Caledonia.
Yeah. My number 21 is almost the same name, is Trajan. No, it's not the same name. It started on the two same letters.
You mean like Trois?
Yeah.
Not like Clans of Caledonia?
No.
Because that's what you just said. Like this, almost the same name.
I forgot that you were talking in the meantime.
I don't speak. I don't do that. So it's Trajan, Stefan Feld.
Yeah, this is one of his heavier games. This is a lot of things going on. It has a rondels.
Yeah, it's like a Mancala.
Yeah, with different colored thingies that you have to move to along the.
Yeah, it's a Mancala. You have to pick up everything from one space and move it along, dropping one thing at a time, and the action you end up on is the action you do.
Yeah, and because of the different colored thingies, you're trying to
you can call them pieces. They don't have any special name.
Yeah, so then you're trying to, I don't want to do that action, but I have to move this color over here, so I have to do this action, and or I don't want to move this color here, but I need to do that action. Or sometimes you set yourself in the position that you can't do an action because you can't move anything to it, and there's basically many different mini games that you're trying to get to work together in your strategy and get you points.
Yeah, basically this is like the definition of a point salad.
Yeah.
All these different mini games that really aren't connected in any way. You're just going to build a building here, get some points. Move your military guy, get some points. Do some ship stuff, get some points.
Ship stuff.
All these different actions basically just give you ways to do small actions anywhere to get points. This is like a definition of a point salad game, but this is also one of the games that I really enjoy playing with planning ahead. Because you can basically, you have to plan ahead, because you want to say, okay, if I move that there, then I can move those 3 there to do that action, then there's 4 there, I can move those there, and you can really plan ahead many moves in this game.
And this is actually a game that I managed to plan ahead, because it's I like we call it the physical things that you have to move, then that makes it easier to plan.
To see for you. Yeah. Great. So that's Trajan. You're number 21. This is the last game for this video, mine number 21, which is Star Wars Rebellion. This is a huge, epic game, which is kind of different from the games I usually play, because it's not like a Euro game. It's a dice chucking game where you fight with people and you play cards and you try to have fun, but it's a really great game. One of the players playing the Empire, and one of the players playing the Rebellions. The Rebellion is trying to not be found their headquarters, and they have all these. They only have like a few units on the board, and the Empire has these huge units moving around trying to find the headquarters. So basically, the Empire is trying to find the headquarters and kill everyone who's in it, and the Rebellion is trying to do like guerrilla kind of missions, trying to kill one here and do this and do that, so that everybody wants to join the rebellion and they get cool. It's a great game. It's a 2-player only game. It can play up to 4 players. I've heard people say it's good, but it's kind of strange, wonky team rules that I would have not interested in playing at all. So it's a hard game to get to the table, because it's a 2-player game that lasts for like 3 hours, and we don't play that many long 2-player only games, but it's a really fun game. I've heard the expansion makes it better. I haven't tried it, but it's a game I really like. Blast on some Star Wars music, have fun in this epic Star Wars universe game.
Oh, I really want to play this game. I've only played half of this game.
You have?
But it's 2 things that I don't like. It's conflict, and not so much conflict, but the sense of its war.
Yes.
Yeah, you feel like there can be conflict at any time. And you have like, if you're the rebellion, you have to hide. And if you're the Empire, you have to like deduce, where the rebellion base is. So I'm not good at that either.
I think you could only play the Empire basically, because you're gonna be so stressed out that I'm gonna
really
look for your base.
Out.
But we should definitely play this once.
Yeah, because I thought it was really good the half time we played it, and I'm a huge fan of Star Wars as well. So yeah, it's a shame that I haven't played this yet.
So we should do that sometimes when we are at like the old folks' home.
Yeah.
So that is 20 new games or something like that. Some crossovers here and there. Hopefully you found some games that you thought looked cool. What are your favorite games from our list? Please let us know. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching. That's the end of the video, and bye bye.